Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have done one test related to the speaking. Now today, we are going to do another test related to reading, especially the questions related to true, false and not given. Now, first let's understand what does these three terms mean. When a statement gives you the exact meaning of the question, that means the answer is true. And if the statement is contradicting the part that is given in the question, your answer is false. And if you're unable to find the particular question in the passage, it means the answer is not given. Let's take some examples and try to understand how to find true, false and not given. Now let's understand few terms related to true, false and not given. Point number 1. Underline the keywords. Remember that if you find any word in the question, just underline it. There can be a synonym related to it. Point number 2. The answers will be in chronological order. This means that if you are doing question number 2, it will be after the question number 1, not before that. Point number 3. Use information only from passage. Remember that if you have any previous knowledge related to the topic given in the passage, don't use it. Just go with the passage only. The fourth point, focus on synonyms and parallel expression. Now this point is very important. In most of the cases, the term used in the question will not be exactly the same in the passage. They will either use the synonyms or a paraphrasing sentence. Now, the last point. Leave no gaps. Remember that there is no negative marking at all. So don't leave your answer blank. Maybe the answer that you thought could be the right answer and can give you 1 point. Now let's talk about the synonyms. Like the word light, they can use the word light in the question and they can use its synonym luminance in the passage. So be very careful with that. Like purchase can be used as buy, hard can be used as challenging, tough and difficult. Similarly, quick can also be used as fast and rapidly. So do search the synonyms in the passage. When we talk about parallel expression, for example, like we are saying vast land. In the passage, they can use the word as enormous field. Or for rapid decrease, they can use the word diminish or die down. Like global warming leads to rapid increase in temperature. Now this whole particular sentence can be paraphrased and written as temperature increases quickly as a result of global warming. Now if you see these two sentences, they are exactly the same meaning, but they are written in a different way. So you have to be very careful in identifying these parallel expressions. Now, here is a passage, a short paragraph of that passage in front of you. You can pause the video and read the paragraph along with the question, and then we will discuss what could be the answer. This passage is about light pollution. I hope you must have read the paragraph. Now here they are talking about the night sky. The city has one of the best lighting regulation in the country and not coincidentally the highest concentration of observatories in the world. So they are talking about Arizona. The question here is, one group of scientists find their observations are made more difficult by bright lights. So somewhere in the passage, you have to search where they are talking about a group of scientists. One thing that you have to look for in the passage is group of scientists. Now, they will never give you the exact word. They will use the synonyms. Like a group is also called as cadre. So our answer will be lying in these two lines. Now remember one thing, they will always paraphrase the sentence. So you have to be very careful with the synonyms. Now it is saying it's cadre of astronomers. That means the group of astronomers. So here the meaning of this is group. Group of astronomers need a dark sky to work with. So a particular group of astronomers, they'll be needing a dark sky. Because they are astronomers, they have to look through the stars, and it will be only possible if the sky is totally dark. So the question was, one group of scientists find their observations are made more difficult with bright light. So they have used the opposite of bright light, that is dark sky. So in order to see the stars, you can say these line in two sentences. In order to see the stars, we need dark light. We cannot see the star in bright light. So this is how you can write down the two sentences. And if you see it carefully, the meaning of both the sentences are exactly same. So our statement here is true. Now let's move on to our next question. Just pause the video and read the passage as well as the question and try to think of the answer. Now, the question here is, it is expensive to reduce light pollution. That means in order to reduce the light pollution, you have to spend a lot of money. So let's see if anything related to this is given in the paragraph or not. Now, if you have read the paragraph, just come to the fourth last line. The city of San Diego, which installed new high-efficiency street lights after passing a light pollution law in 1985, now saves about $3 million a year in energy cost. So, billion is more than a million, right? And they are saving around $3 million a year. So that means it's not expensive at all. Instead, they are saving it, right? So it is expensive to reduce light pollution. According to this particular line, it's not expensive. It is that they are saving. So it's contradicting our statement. So hence the answer will be false. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this particular paragraph contains two questions. So read the paragraph carefully and then we will try to understand the questions. Let's check out the question. Many countries are now making light pollution illegal. So we will see if there is any word related to illegal or some synonym is used. Now the education is just as important, if not so. If you read the whole paragraph, you will see that they haven't used any word related to illegal. So we are unable to find any line that is containing this particular word illegal or the synonym of it. Now it can be a not given. But in order to confirm, we will move on to the next question. If we are able to find the answer of that question, that means our answer will be somewhere above the second question's answer. So let's read the next question. Old type of lights often causes more pollution than the modern one. That means the lights or the bulbs that were used previously causes more pollution as compared to the new one. So if you see here, simple action like replacing old bulb or fixing with more efficient and better designed one can make a big difference in preserving the night sky. So they are giving you this particular word that instead of using the old one, if we replace it with the new one, we can preserve the night sky. Preserving the night sky means we can reduce the light pollution. So instead of using the word here pollution, they have used the opposite word night sky. So old one has to be replaced. Old type of light often causes more pollution. So we have to replace it. So we are able to find this statement, and it is exactly the statement that is used in the question. So obviously our fourth answer is true. Now coming back to the previous question. Many countries are now making light pollution illegal. Now if this particular answer we have to find out, it is lying between these particular lines only, right? Because as I have told you, the questions are in chronological order, right? So if this particular line contains the answer, it's there, otherwise it's not there. So after reading this line, we have not come across any word or any synonym related to illegal. Okay, so that's why this particular statement is not given. I hope you are able to understand it. I hope to see you again in the next video. Till then, bye bye.